Back at it again.
And we're back.
Yeah. There's someone I'll tell you after, but I already know that one worked out for you. Like, just knowing who they are personally, yeah, they're just, yeah. A lot of them are like, especially dom femmes who are like gay, like they have no mercy. They're a little scary out here.
Oh. Oh, because I'm over here like, wait. Oh. Okay, because I told y'all, I don't be out in the streets, but lately I've been like traveling and going to different cities and allowing myself to be open to a connection there or whatever. And so, yeah, you be knowing them. Because that's the thing, why are they all 12? I'm really happy to know that like I look younger than what I am. Thank you. I also Thank you. But I also just can't be out here dating a 25-year-old. Like, yeah. I cannot. Like, I don't like want to look like Scott Disick.
That's like my threshold.
That's not, that makes
age,
sense, yeah, for you. Yeah.
Like, what's your, like, 30 or, like, early 30s? Is that like
30 would be great. 28 is my absolute.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my absolute cutoff. Even that. 30. Let's just see what 30 is about to bring.
Yeah.
But where are they? It's like there was nobody born.
But that's another thing is like you get down in age and then it's like if you do find women that are trying to explore and they're older, it's like more complicated. And then if you find women that have experience and they are older, it's like then we might know everybody who has been involved and it's like like a formula. It's really complicated.
The 30-year-olds, there's not many of y'all right now.
I mean, a lot of my friends just turned 30.
Okay. I just don't see y'all. Okay, but where are the girls?
Right, yeah, I don't know.
Are you meeting a lot of people your age?
I haven't met a lot of people.
Exactly, where are they? Where are the 30-year-old women?
It's honestly a lot of women that are coming that are newer are younger and they're all because of TikTok. It's like they're just baby.
Do you like younger or older women?
Older, but it's rare for me to find that.
What's your little age range? Come on, we're trying to find you a wife. Just tell me.
Well, I told 25 is my youngest.
Okay.
And then I don't even care going older, really. I don't. Like 50, 60's pushing it, you know, but
Kris Jenner, holla at me, baby. Like, what's up? I'll continue the empire with you. She's like, she's a lot older than we think she is.
You haven't met any of the Kardashians yet?
I want Kim so bad. I'm not gonna lie. I know everybody be hating on Kim, and I don't care. I don't care what you have to say. I want Kim real bad.
I'm surprised you haven't been in a room with them yet.
You know how I am. Like I tell you, like I be in the same places and be in a corner. Cause I don't know why. I'm like, I don't know. Their level of like.
So maybe that's the issue is you're not saying nothing.
I don't. I'm a closed mouth.
And then a lot of women don't approach us. So.
Yeah, sometimes they do, but it's always the reality TV chicks. Fuck. I'm sorry if this comes out bad.
And that's just trouble. Like that's just.
Thank you. Okay, because I didn't want to say it, but it's trouble. I'm trying to find an actress or something. I don't know. Like, you know what I mean?
I've not been in that world. No, I've stayed away.
Oh yeah.
I think the more low key, the better, in my opinion. I mean, I can't. I don't know. When I find their Instagram, and they have like hundreds of thousands. I'm like, fuck. You know, like. But if they're private and they have 70 followers, oh my god, what's up? You know, like, what are we doing?
It's crazy because I used to be like that for sure. Man. But I think the more and more that I'm in this life, it is really awesome to meet others that are in it too, because then they understand why my world is so crazy sometimes, and they understand that I need to wake up and do this, you know what I'm saying? So like recently the person that I was dating was very much in this lifestyle, and I really was like, oh my god, it's so amazing for someone to be like, nah, go stand over there.
But then isn't it great if they get the lifestyle but then they're not really, you know? Cause
I don't know, we helped each other out so much. Being like, I
I
hollered at this brand, meet and like both of us doing it. But like I said, for someone to like be like, no, you need to get this outfit, like stand right here and
that's rare.
Tell me to get content when I'm not even thinking about it. And I'm like, oh, you're right, I do this. It's awesome.
That's rare. Yeah, that's rare stuff. Yeah.
So that's the good thing in that. But I feel you on wanting somebody like low key and like, because it's a good balance coming home.
I just think, because at the end of the day, it's like a lot of external shit when it comes to this lifestyle. And then it's like all that stuff can get involved in it. So then, you know, it gets I mean, you know. It just gets crazy. And sometimes it affects the entire fucking relationship. And it doesn't have to.
Right.
The balance of all of it is what is hard to find.
Yeah. True that. LA, man.
Just the lifestyle in general, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And and like you being the big gay sis, it's like watching you and it's like, damn, that's what's gonna happen. That's
what I was about to say about you actually is like, I know being in the scene also, right? You being a promoter and you being a stud dancer, a masked dancer, also is like, you gotta be, you're thrown, like girls are swooning all over you all the time. So you have to have someone that is secure enough to know that that's work and you're coming home and you're doing your thing.
But that's like something upfront as fuck. Like for years it's been like that. I'm like, if you already see what you're walking into, so if you're okay with that, then you can't. But I've had like my other stud homie like have had women come in and be like, oh, but we're changing this, and it's like, what? Like, are you crazy?
Nah,
that's not how this works. Maybe try this. Really, women's intentions sometimes they just try to get in and be like, actually, I'm gonna hold you down and get you out of the lifestyle.
I'm saying that's the same mindset that's like, oh, I understand that you're open right now, but I'm changing that.
They're like, what?
Or the type of girls that get it with the rappers knowing that they're fuck boys. Oh, excuse me, I said the word, but why are you doing that? You know they're never gonna change. What do you think you're gonna get a white?
That's really like a delusion.
House with white picket fence with these dudes? Like. They don't even know what monogamy is.
And I think a lot of that with the dancing stuff, it's a lot of like they want me, but they don't understand. Like they want the fantasy. They want the they don't want the reality. Like the reality is like what it is, you know. And it's like I'm not gonna just be for you, especially on stage. Like you know, it's got to be like the types of women that we need are women that like understand that, are secure, and then they're also filming and they're like encouraging it and like you know like they're involved, and like that's what really is important, and that's the rare stuff because they just feel like insecure, and that's very common. And I think probably with you too, as a Virgo, they like see you as a sexual being, and then they might think that they're gonna get it from you right away, and that takes a build. That takes us being like safe and secure with you, and then you're gonna get all of that, right? Yeah. Later on. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You gotta work for this. Right, yeah. You know what I mean? Definitely. All right, here we go. We got some questions. You ready? Okay. All right. Were you scared or nervous the first time you had sex? With women, because I have not had sex with a man. Yeah, no, definitely was a little nervous. I think I talked about this with you actually. We did, huh? Yeah, I've like researched. This is on our first date. I've researched how to eat. Remember that? And I found a video about it, and I was like watching. I was like preparing myself because she was long distance, so she was coming to LA, and then by the time she got there, you found a good video. Yeah, I told you. It was like a corn video, and it was like, you know, it was like the woman. She was like demonstrating as she was eating her out. Oh. And like talking about it. It's like an old video. Oh, that's cool. The camera was in there. It was a girl. Wow. Yeah. We can't do that on YouTube. And then when I posted that, somebody commented, and I looked back at it and I found it. Oh, really? I found the video. Send it to me. Send me the link. I want to see what they're talking about, just for research purposes. Obviously. What about you? Were you nervous? Yeah, I was nervous. Yeah. I was nervous for sure. She was older than me, and I just wanted to do a good job. Too. Yeah, and I think I did a great job. Her head the first time was not great, but you know, whatever. Oh, damn. I figured it out. You know what I'm saying? It's mind over matter. Have you ever had like a bad head job, but you just like put your mind and just like get there? Yeah. Sometimes you really... Literally mind over matter. No, it really is. Like nowadays I'm more bold. I'm like, no, you're gonna do this and you're gonna stop and you're gonna, you know, like I'm gonna tell you, like coach you through it. And then if you, like my thing is if after it's the third, fourth time and I'm telling you the same thing and I'm like, okay, you know what? This is just not. We're not doing this anymore. Yeah, because you should be adjusting to the person. Like that should be common sense. Absolutely. But it's really dope that like you speak up now, because it took me years to, me too. I really had to like grow up to do that. Like I was just always so nervous, like, you know, you're good. Even though I'm just like, I want to tell you this, I want to tell you that. I've had women do it like now. Do some crazy shit and I'd just be just laying there. I don't know what I was thinking. Because there's some women that just like, I don't know about you, but like they just get really excited for themselves and they just be all over the place with no consistency, and it's just like, okay, what we got going on though? Like at some point you're gonna have to do something for a couple more times in a row so we can proceed. That's because we're pleasers, like we get it. Like we're supposed to, we know that but women are just like eating it for their own pleasure, and then they don't even think. And that's like, true. They're just lost in the sauce. Women, did you get
some notes right now
Right.
from the opposite of what we're saying? I hope you did.
Like, yeah, I feel like that makes sense. If you're doing that on somebody, like, it's not really about you. It is. You should be enjoying it, but then you should also adjust to what they want. Like, that makes sense.
Period.
How are you going to get them to get to the point of climax if you're just doing what you want? That makes no sense.
I don't have, it's been rare that I've had trouble in that area.
Oh, that's great.
I run into women that really just enjoy doing it, enjoy pleasing.
That's amazing.
They're just like, yeah, I know.
That's not the case for me. No, only recently it's been like that. In the past,
that's
a lot of women
that's
just
why,
not. Yeah.
That's why you're feeling like that.
We got stuff to talk about.
Do you like being called daddy or puppy?
Both is cool. Especially if you're a little Spanish mommy, you know? That's cool. That's cute.
Yeah, so you enjoy that word.
Yeah, my thing is that I've never been like, call me this. Like, I've always just been like, I'm gonna let you call me what you want. And then it always comes out. So
True.
Yeah.
I'm down with it. Yeah. A lot of times when people ask me my pronouns, I say she, her, daddy.
Yeah.
So, yeah. How do you feel when girls call you beautiful? Hey, beautiful. You see that right there? We get the extra cheese and you can't help but like...
Right, no, all of it is cute. I love any compliment. I'm gonna eat it all up. But I think preferred is like a handsome, like a masculine tone.
Oh, you like that?
Yeah, I do like that.
It's a little weird for me.
Well, you're more of a, I feel like you're a little bit more feminine.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
A little bit. But either way, it's cool. I'm eat it up. I just think I receive it more in like a masculine sense.
I think when I know someone for a good amount and they say handsome, I receive in a way I'm supposed to. But like randomly, like this girl just like sat down at our table a couple weeks ago and sat down and was like, oh, you're handsome. And I don't know why, it just made me feel like she called me sir. Like it just wasn't, I was like, does she know it made me feel like, oh, I don't think she knows. I started perking up my titties because I thought that at that point, she thought that I was dude because I don't know you like that. So then I wasn't able to receive it. Even my friends that were sitting there just went, you know what I mean?
That wasn't the good approach. I think it's just got to come with the right approach if you're going to throw out that.
I get it. She probably has a lot of like, non-binary friends and she just thought that she was like doing something for me, but it didn't.
Oh, really? That's what you're thinking?
I do.
Okay.
It was a queer space.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So probably, but I didn't like it.
Like, I think there should be a more gender neutral compliment you're giving somebody if you're first hitting on them. Like, beautiful and handsome are two different things. I feel like you should be, hey, fine ass, hey, cutie.
Right.
Like, something like a little bit more not,
in the middle.
Yeah.
I have to get better with accepting compliments in general.
Yeah.
From randoms, like I accept really well. But if it's somebody I'm like seeing or dating, like I don't know why it hits me differently
really?
and I get really
That's the
weird.
opposite for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like randoms, I'm like, oh, I don't know. Like, what do I say here? Like,
I guess because it's just like, I don't really absorb. I just like, oh, thank you. You know what I'm saying? But like when it's someone, I don't know. I gotta work on it because
when it's someone I'm really into or like we have a relationship, I'm like, I'm eating anything you give me up. Like I'm receiving that wholeheartedly. Like,
but that's
please.
probably your love language.
Oh yeah.
You love words of affirmation.
All the love languages, all of them.
I know, but is that a big one for you?
Yeah.
I feel that.
Yours is too.
No, I think mine's still acts of service is still really big for me.
Yeah.
Just because like I'm used to doing that for somebody, and
So
then
we're
I
talking
have
about my video. Yeah.
Oh yeah. If I have a lot going on, you do something that makes my day a little bit better. Like,
right,
girl.
Yeah.
Where your ring finger at?
That's what I'm saying. All of them, because it used to be like 3, but now it's just like all of them.
No, for sure, all of them. But I think where I am in my life and who I'm dating at the time, it changes what my love languages that I give and receive. You know what I mean? Because love languages that you give are very different than the way you receive.
Yeah. Definitely.
I mean, they can be.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a good one. What's your post-sex ritual? Like cuddling, eating, etc.
I haven't heard that question. Definitely a little cuddle. You gotta lay there for a while, and then I do like a little snack. But if we're tired, I'm done. I'm out. I'm knocked out.
Yeah.
Or put on a movie or something, and or smoke or something. Just like continue the chill.
The chill
energy.
Vibes.
Yeah. Because that's a lot afterwards, I mean, especially if it's been a long session, absolutely.
Right. I think it depends on like the day, or like what time of day and time it is. Yeah. And then also like, are we drunk or are we chilling?
Right.
Did we eat? Yeah, all those things matter. But like, I like to chill and cuddle and talk a little bit.
But I always go to the bathroom for like people who don't know, like peeing afterwards is very important.
Yeah, especially if there's insertables happening.
Yeah,
definitely. Because I don't know if y'all know, but pee helps cleanse and clear out some of the bacteria. So that's always a good thing. People saw our video and they want to know if we're sure we want dominant women. So in this one's video, we talked about how the older that I get, I'm more into girls that are dominant, and I described what that meant to me. So go watch the video if you want to know more. But they want to know for sure.
Are you sure? No, I think I think what we were trying to say is that like the energy of it is important and is wanted. I think what we didn't dive into is that like there are dominant women out there that I definitely don't want. Like there's an energy of like, it's almost like they're competing,
controlling
that too, and they're like, and it's like as I literally was with my first girlfriend and we went to our last couples therapy session and she admitted to the therapist that she wanted to be me the entire relationship. And ever since then, I've been like, you know what? I gotta be careful because you never really know, like, especially when it comes to dominant women, what they're really trying to dominate. Is it you in the bedroom? Is it your energy? Is it your success? Is it your, what is it? And it's like, I always come with this like confident way of approaching life and doing things for myself, and I feel like that intimidates women because it's like such a natural thing, and a lot of feminine women I feel like are trying to be dominant or trying to be this way, and that's what I've just found. So when it's like a fake or false energy, or like they're trying too hard or they're forcing it, or like, it's like constantly trying to battle against me and not like in a way that makes sense or like sarcasm, then it's like, okay, damn, like it's like it turns me all the way off, especially in the bedroom. Like if you're trying to be like, I don't want to do this, I want you to, it's like, whoa, like, chill the fuck out. Like, there's gotta be like a balance, and even in the bedroom too, of dominance. Like it's gotta make sense for both of us.
But we talked about that. We talked about like the dominant part of like in the bedroom, just like the aggressiveness at the beginning of like, I want you right now. Like that's really attractive and really awesome. And I meant dominant as a woman that also wants to take the lead sometimes. Like I really want a 50-50 relationship where I don't have to decide everything. I don't have to do everything. I don't have to play all the roles, which I normally do. Yeah. I am still fine with being that 150% of the relationship, but I am now at the point in my life where I'm like, I want to see what that looks like when somebody else wants to give that same amount of effort too. And then I feel like that's the relationship that I'm ultimately waiting for, right? Because like, I feel like I'm at a big old age, and yes, I'm single, but I realize that I'm not looking for just something. I'm looking for something really special. Yeah. And so I'm fine with being single until that happens. And if that happens later for me, like some people, better things in their life happen later on in life, then that's fine. Like if that's what I gotta wait for, then cool. You feel me? I'm just like, well, how long does it take? How old do I need to be?
I'm over here like, how long? Because I need you to tell me.
I know. So this one's always like, I'm looking up to you. I'm like, please don't. It's hard out here, okay? It's just like really cool to have like someone that's just like, I'm doing this for you tonight.
Exactly.
I thought about you tonight.
Yeah.
We're not every day doing something that you want to do.
I got you flowers.
Yeah. Right. Oh my God, it's so nice. That's so nice.
Right.
I don't even know what to do sometimes, but I love giving flowers
either.
too.
Like, I'm not used to it. So
right.
I'm just like, oh my goodness.
I'm a very flower giver. So like when every once in a while you give me some, I just feel appreciated.
Yeah.
That's just it right there. Yeah. Do you guys label yourself? And if so, what label? This is a good one to talk about because me and my friend Dizzy Christmas on Instagram, we talk about this all the time. It's like, the internet labels us as a stud, but if we use it, then everybody's like, y'all not a stud, da 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 da. And that's what blows my fucking mind. Everybody knows that I've led with saying I'm different than the two labels that are out there, and I say I'm a STEM because I have some type of femininity and I'm masculine. So I've always led with that. But then as I got older, I feel like I leaned more into my masculinity, so I stopped calling myself any label. And that's honestly because I was with someone that was straight before, and then not wanting to label her made me not want to label myself anymore. So then I just didn't. And so I allow the internet to do whatever they want with me. So whether you want to call me a STEM, androgynous, mass, or stud, I will accept all. But it's like, as soon as I say it, it's a problem. You giving all studs bad name. You too feminine. Okay, but look at how many people call me a stud just now. I'm feminine too, and that's fine. But also, there's a lot of older studs, right, that are so masculine that they lean more towards being like a heteronormative man.
Yeah.
Like, let's be real. Like,
yeah.
and they should be calling themselves a butch.
Yeah.
So don't be coming at me.
Well, the stud thing is about race too.
Absolutely.
And that's why I don't label myself that way, and people call me that, but I'm like, I don't claim that. But as far as like other things, I'm cool with whatever. Really, I don't like it either, but I'm definitely a lesbian. That's all I know for sure.
Right.
So.
And that makes sense because you always lean more towards
masculine is so like neutral for me, and I'm like, that's cool. Like,
right, it is.
Yeah.
How do you notice or identify red flags in a relationship? It's a good one.
Experience and time, and past experience and time. But yeah, getting to know someone, you take your time, and then you do things. You have to do things. You know, you have to go into experience. You have to experience bad things together. You have to experience the good, the ugly, and you have to go through things multiple times sometimes to see, like, do they change? Do they adapt? Do they respect your boundaries? Do they, you know, like all those things. And also communication is 5,000% the main thing there. So, you know, even if you see things or you feel like that was a red flag, maybe it's not based on how they communicated to you later or you address it and stuff like that. So that's like the real thing right there.
How I'm able to identify when I first see them is when I express my healthy boundaries, right? If you say, hey, I don't like this, or these are the things, this is where I have my cutoff is, I don't put up with this, you know, whatever, and they express, their reaction to you is negative at that point, or they're like, I don't like that, or like think that you're being some way selfish or whatever.
You're trying to change it or something.
Yeah, that's where I identify red flags for sure. Like, if I'm expressing what I want or what I need or what I don't want, and you have a problem with that, like, we're not gonna last. And so I try to bring those type of things up like pretty early on so I can not continue to waste my time or yours, period.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh, what are your red flags?
I have so many.
Wow, this is a different person.
This is too long of a list. There's just so many things. You don't know how to communicate. You don't have a lot of experience with women, and I'm trying to be your little experiment. You're trying to be someone that you're not. You're trying to compete with me, or you're trying to figure out your ways of life through me, and like I'm the only motivator for you, or like you don't have a lot of friends, you don't do a lot in your life. That's a big one for me. Like,
oh yeah, that's a big one. I second all of that. For real.
Jesus Christ. I
want to be able to have a conversation with someone and know that there is someone that's very self-aware and working on themselves and don't think that they're perfect and they're constantly a person that's constantly growing and willing to learn.
When people are like, this is just how I am.
Right. If you can't identify something that you're working on with yourself, which is something that I asked like at the beginning, because I share that first. I'm like, oh, actually right now I'm currently working on X, and X, and I share that. I'm like, oh, is there anything that you're currently working on for yourself? If you don't have anything to say, you have not even been to therapy one time, baby, and I just can't do it. I think that's why I always say I want someone that wants me and doesn't need me.
Yeah.
Right? Because like, if you need someone to fill a hole, if you need someone to make you happy, if you need someone to like, you know, do all these other things for you, then that becomes another job in itself, and it has nothing to do with you or the situation y'all building together. So that's why I can't. That's it. I cannot. What role do you feel like you play in relationships or even like dating ships or situationships? I feel like people ask us this with what I brought up earlier to see if mass presenting people want to take on the role, the heteronormative role of I'm the man in this relationship, so I'm only gonna do X, X, and X. So I think that was what they wanted to hear. Do you feel like you're a mass that takes on those roles?
No, I used to, because I was like messing with women that kind of expected that, and then I didn't realize that was a red flag. But you know, like
live and learn, baby.
Now I know that like that's not what this is. I present this way and this is how I come off, but that doesn't mean I'm a man at all. Or like,
did you feel comfortable in that when you were taking on those roles?
No, not at all. It was really frustrating because it's like, I'm a woman, like, you know what I mean? And it's like, still do the same things I'm doing for you. And I didn't see that, like, when it was happening. I'm like, oh, like, I'm supposed to be cool here, whatever. And I think that's being, like, a younger gay and just, like, figuring it out. After a while of all those experiences of, you know, biting me in the ass over time, it was like, oh, it was because of how I was not expressing what I needed, and, like, I didn't know what I wanted, and I didn't know I didn't have to be like this. And like, even though I do present this way, it doesn't mean that I want to be treated this way. Like, it's a whole different thing. And I think that goes back to the bisexual, pansexual people. It's like they see, like, from what they see and what they feel and the energy, they're like, oh, this is what your placeholder is. And it's like, it can still look like this, but it doesn't have to be like this.
Right.
I
had an ex that would constantly like check in on me with that, because I feel like I naturally took on those roles because she was used to dating men or whatever. Yeah. She would constantly check in and be like, is this okay? Are you okay? Which I really appreciated.
That's good.
But because I loved her and I still felt fed, you know what I'm saying, in other ways or whatever, I was cool with it. But then I realized over time, I want more. Like, I want you to care about where I want to go too, and I want to do this. And it was a learning thing for me. So it was cool at that moment because I didn't know how to open my mouth and say, oh yeah, I also want this, or I also need this. And then I guess finding a partner that automatically did that for me, which I'm gonna bring her on longer form videos, and I'm actually gonna bring her on with my first, I guess, podcasty episode, even though we're doing this right now. And we're gonna talk to one of my exes, y'all. And then not the one that didn't give it, but the one that gave it to me when I didn't realize what I needed. We're gonna bring her on because our situation was very unique and we learned a lot, and she's like one of my best friends. So
I love that.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it. I don't believe in those normal heteronormative ideals. Like, if you want to call me your man, that's cool, that's cute. But also, like, I think we touched on it earlier. Like, I want to be able to give and take and have all the roles. Like, I'm fine with taking over when I need to, because there'll be seasons for that. And then if I'm going through something, I would love you to take the reins, and and I just want a partnership like that. But other than that, I'm a cooker, I'm a cleaner. I take on the feminine and masculine roles.
And I think women sometimes who haven't experienced that, like the bisexual women or whatever, curious women, like, they don't realize or see the beauty in it sometimes, and like how it can be so balanced, because they're so used to people taking over, the men taking over, whatever the fuck, like the roles of like what society taught them. So coming in, especially of us being your first, it's like you're unlearning all this stuff. And that's what I've ran into a lot, is like a lot of unlearning with women, and like being patient with that, and like, but when women like that just get it, oh man, that's different.
Yeah, we got deep. Make sure you go and follow Jess. I have the info in the description, and also go and watch our last video. If you have more questions for us, leave it on either one of our videos, and we'll do more in the future. And then if you guys have any videos, ideas for me, or subjects you want me to talk about, because I'm really gonna get deep on here with y'all. I'm gonna have more long form, and I'm gonna be vulnerable. I'm gonna get deep. I'm bringing an ex on here. It's one that I haven't even shown to the internet before. Ooh. So tell me some stuff in the comments below. I love y'all so much. Stay amazing, stay proud, stay woke. Peace.